Coming up in today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, RADA is using technology to transform the agriculture sector. Plus, students from the Knockalva Agriculture School demonstrate an innovative way to recycle water on farms. And later, the Justice Minister talks about recent developments under his portfolio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Before those features, the news of the day.
The JIS Heritage Competition is back. Enter your essay, poster, or photo and win big prizes. If you're aged 9 to 12 years, enter the essay competition and tell us who is your favorite Jamaican sportsman or sportswoman and why. High school students, enter the poster competition. This year's theme is Jamaica's Rich Sporting Heritage. If you're a tertiary level student, enter the photo competition. This year's theme is I am a sports champion. Competition closes for all 3 categories on November 6. Get started now. For information on submission and competition guidelines, visit our website at jis.gov.jm. Call 926-359-024, extension 2137, or send an email. Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, October 26. The Ministry of Justice will be carrying out work over the next 12 months to improve the operations of the country's courts and reduce the backlog of cases. Portfolio Minister Delroy says contracts valued at over $54 million have been signed for upgrading of the Sutton Street Parish Court and to enhance security at the Supreme Court in Kingston. In addition, the number of courtrooms for criminal case trials at the Supreme Court will be increased. These are among a raft of measures announced by the minister in a message on the state of the justice system yesterday.
We have installed video link technology in 2 of our courts, at Halfway Tree and in the Supreme Court, to facilitate witnesses who cannot be physically present in the courtroom for one reason or another. Before the end of the fiscal year, installation will commence in 19 additional courtrooms. 3 mobile units are equipped to facilitate witnesses giving evidence remotely.
He says the Justice Ministry is also outfitting courtrooms with computers and photocopy machines. New air conditioning systems are also being installed at locations where it's necessary. Keep watching the magazine for the Justice Minister's full statement. In the meantime, companies listed on the Junior Stock Exchange will continue to benefit from a range of growth-inducing tax incentives. Parliament approved the extension of the incentives when it passed amendments to the Income Tax Act on October 18. It means companies on the exchange will continue getting access to tax breaks up to 10 years, among other incentives.
That the tax incentive is not sector specific. Any company can take advantage of it. And currently there are companies on the market from across the range of sectors that include food and beverage, transportation, financial services, entertainment, manufacturing, and insurance, to name a few.
The Finance State Minister says data has conclusively shown that the tax incentives have encouraged growth of the junior market and created employment. As a result, she says relatively small companies on the exchange have been able to properly capitalize and grow.
Under this tax regime in the 10-year time frame, Jamaica has a real chance of having increased number of strongly capitalized companies with stronger tax-paying capabilities.
The Junior Stock Exchange was launched on April 1, 2009 to encourage and promote investment in Jamaica's entrepreneurship, employment, and economic development. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid is calling on teachers to support the ministry's mantra of every child can learn, every child must learn.
How we leave no child behind, how we frankly customize our teaching and learning methodologies to reach every single child. So teachers have to be like doctors. They have to get to know every one of your students as patients, and the prescription will obviously not be the same.
Senator Reid made the call as he addressed the Kingston campus of Western Carolina University's fall commencement ceremony recently. 25 students graduated with Masters of Arts in Educational Supervision and 22 received Bachelor of Science degrees in Education. Jamaican scientist Dr. Henry Lowe is urging international financial organizations to support scientific innovation on the island. Dr. Lowe says if patents are recognized as financial assets for research and development ventures, scientists will be better able to access funding for their innovations.
Entrepreneurship, as it stands, need some collaborative push between the commercial banks, the IDB and its agencies, and the individual development banks in each country. And I'm proposing here that if what I am doing and others like me are doing in science and technology, then we need to have a Science and Technology Innovation Fund.
He was speaking on Monday after receiving the Local Innovator Award at the 19th Forum for Markets Innovation and Capital for ROMIC. The IDB-sponsored forum is being held in Montego Bay. The Local Innovator Award was presented to Dr. Lowe for his groundbreaking research on the Jamaican ball moss, which is being used to treat certain cancers and Parkinson's disease. And finally, Culture Minister Olivia Grange says the administration is pursuing a number of measures to improve the National Library of Jamaica's capacity to be the repository of stories on Jamaica. Short-term measures include seeking off-site storage for the newspapers of Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, and others that were acquired when the NLJ was the West India Reference Library. The National Library has also been investing in digitizing items online to free up physical space needed to catalog and display the collection of works stored there. Minister Grange says they're also investigating the possibility of adding another floor at the present location.
Those moves will allow us to comfortably house the personal archives of other distinguished literary giants of Jamaica. Long term, we will require a new, larger, modern facility to effectively carry out our mandate to collect and preserve any document published in Jamaica, any document about Jamaica, and any document published by a Jamaican anywhere in the world.
The Culture Minister was addressing a recent function to launch the Miss Lou Archives at the National Library. She used the function to encourage other creators of content in whatever sector to deposit their works at the National Library.
We have a competent team that will manage, preserve, and share the archives with the nation and the world for all times.
And that's it for JI's News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Finger-licking jerk chicken, Helcher fish and bami, we run down yam and banana, roast bread fruit, sweet potato pudding. Jamaica food sweet. So let's make a pledge to use more local produce and less foreign goods. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
Sending text messages to farmers, informing them of best agricultural practices is just one way the Rural Agricultural Development Authority is using technology to ensure that our farmers are producing more. Take a look.
Agriculture has always been the backbone of Jamaica's economy, providing food and raw material for consumption and export, as well as numerous employment and entrepreneurial opportunities. And the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, has played an integral role in the sector, creating a sustainable environment through the use of technology and contemporary farming practices.
RADA is the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, and it was established to stimulate and promote rural development among farmers and farm families in Jamaica.
Since 1990, RADA has provided over 230,000 farmers with the technical know-how through numerous programs aimed at making them more capable of managing their farms and knowledgeable about how to improve the quality of their output.
We have in RADA several programs. We have internationally funded programs. We have the GeoG Adaptation Fund, which is a climate smart program. We have the agro-parks, which are, as you know, agro-parks spans different parishes.
And of course, we in RADA provide the technical services necessary to bring those parks into, productivity and production. The Irish Potato Program was a program that started some years ago, probably 5 years ago. And one of its main objectives is to promote sustainable production of Irish potato. And it is one of those crops that we term import substitution crops. We are about 90% self-sufficient.
I have benefited from the Irish Potato Program. Yes, and I have also gotten training along with seedlings, fertilizer and stuff like that.
Without RADA, it would be very, very difficult because they form that bridge where you can call to find markets, different ministries, various things that we need.
And RADA has also been incorporating more women and youth in its programs to encourage new entrants in agricultural business ventures.
I was on the Georgia Adaptation Fund program where I did Irish potato. Under that program, women and youth. Irish potato has now become my favorite crop. We learn how to apply the fertilizer, how to apply the spray. When the crop is ready, we will learn post-harvest, pre-harvest, and diseases, all of that under the program.
In addition to hosting programs that provide farmers with the exposure and skills needed to transform their farming experience, RADA has introduced appropriate information and communication technologies, ICT, for greater innovations and effectiveness in the industry through the ABIS database.
The acronym ABIS is Agriculture Business Information System. The primary objective is to provide demographic information as well as information on crops as well as livestock. So we do a lot of tracking of agricultural produce. We are working with the Met Service right now to link that information with Met Service so that real-time weather information within particular geographic location can be uploaded to the system, and then we get the feedback and we can assist farmers to make informed decisions as to when to plant and the type of crops they can plant based on weather conditions.
RADA has also been providing continuous certification and training to its extension staff.
Our main mandate is to provide technical advice to farmers. Right, the agency has gone further to provide us with trainings in pest and disease identification and management. They have provided us with training in marketing, proper use and management of equipment, use of personal protective equipment and such. And we pass that information on to the farmers on a daily basis.
The agency continues to find methods to further modernize the sector.
Our new board members here have decided we have three main focal points that we'd like to concentrate on. The first one is to increase the capacity to our technical team to send messages and information to our farmers in a more modern way. The second point is that we're going to try and encourage our farmers to produce more locally grown crops and things like onions and ginger that we import a lot. The third one is the value-added part of it. For example, when you have cabbage and carrots, you sell them to the supermarket or to the hotels, but you also have like a grade B type of product. And what do you do with it? You can shred it and put it in pre-packaged packets to sell to the supermarket. So that value-added product will mean that we'll have absolutely no produce at all going to waste.
I think RADA has done a good job. RADA has to assume a role of providing technical advice and the transfer of technology so that we can become productive and hence more competitive, so that the products that we produce can meet the standards required for export, not only to satisfy the Jamaican output, but for exports.
If agriculture doesn't grow, the economy can't grow. And so RADA is a critical element in agriculture and a critical element for growth in this economy.
I am so grateful for the extension officers. We can call upon them at any time.
I thank them immensely, especially the field officers, because they come out almost every week to check on us.
It's very worthwhile seeing the farmers utilize the information that they have been given and use it in order to better themselves.
For more information about RADA, call 977-1158-60 or email executive@rada.gov.jm.
Prevent overfishing. Give our marine resources room to replenish. Protect valuable marine species from extinction. Fish sanctuaries have been created to do just that. These designated protected areas for fish and other marine life help to breed, grow, and maintain a healthy population. No one is allowed in a fish sanctuary. It is illegal. Offenders will be arrested and their fishing equipment and catch confiscated. Allowing our marine and seafood population to grow means more catch later and food security for all.
One of the major problems facing farmers is a lack of water. Students at the Knockalva Agriculture School may have found a simple but ingenious way to combat these water woes.
I'm studying general agriculture. I want to be a veterinarian.
Bioengineer. I want to manage my own agricultural business.
They are the future of the agriculture sector and are working towards making a significant impact.
You have certain crops in Jamaica that are being depleted. I would like to re-engineer those crops and bring them back into the world. I'm planning to do something similar to this, or if I can fine-tune the same thing and rename it into a brand that I can offer to the economy, I want to do this.
This is the KISA model, a project that highlights an approach that can be taken by farmers to treat recycled water on their farms to irrigate field crops.
The main purpose of this layout right here is to have an environment where we try to have less economic problems, try to build up a system that is economically and environmentally friendly.
The idea and design came out of a need to implement such a system on the grounds of the Hanover-based agricultural school. The Knockalva students also believe that the KISA model will be able to sustain farmers through periods of low rainfall and drought. Here's how it will work. Say you are a pig farmer. Each time you wash the pig pen, that water can be channeled to various treatment points. The water, along with the waste substance, will then pass through a biodigester, allowing you to produce your own energy for your farm as well as manure.
In the biogas digester, anaerobic bacteria breaks down or digests the material and releases a gas known as methane gas. This methane gas is then sent to the control station where our generator converts this gas into energy and is used up on the farm on a day-to-day basis. So after the biogas digester, the solid part of the material is sent to the drying bed. In the drying bed, it is left open where it can be dried completely. After it is dried, the material is then used back in our outfield and our greenhouse as organic material or manure.
Following that is the water treatment process. The liquid from the drying pond is sent to the anaerobic pond, which is the first stage of treatment.
In this pond, there's a substance known as BOD. BOD is biological chemical oxygen demand. This is the amount of oxygen that bacteria requires to break down organic matter. It is reduced by 85% in the anaerobic pond, and in the second pond, which is the facultative pond, it is reduced by 95%. In the facultative pond, algae is present to add additional oxygen to the water by photosynthesis. And doing this, the algae also removes nitrates and phosphate, therefore purifying the water a little further.
From here, water moves to maturation ponds 1 and 2. This process is to move coliform bacteria.
Anaerobic respiration occurs at the bottom of the pond. The main purpose is to reduce pathogens like bacteria, viruses, E. coli, and no chlorine. Then it will travel in a channel to storage pond, where the water stays there.
This storage pond will also facilitate rainwater harvesting.
This harvested water is used to lower the pH of the water stored in the storage pond, and it is also used to spread out the level of pathogen in the water. This is done because there is a recommended level of pathogen per liter in the water, and doing this will reduce the amount of concentration of pathogen in that specific litre. After the treatment of the water, it is then sent to the control station where the generator and pump is activated and it is dispersed into our outfields and in our greenhouse irrigation system.
So I believe that this is one of the best ideas that all Jamaican farmers should partake in. Not only that it is very beneficial to our economy, it is also beneficial to your pockets. To get this started, it is not really an easy process, but over a period of time you'll realize that because you are creating your own energy, you don't have to go ahead and buy water because you're the one reusing, recycling your water, you're the one harvesting your water, you're the one treating it, so you don't have to pay to do all of those processes.
It is this application of technology and innovation within the agriculture sector that is being promoted by Portfolio Minister Carl Samuda.
We have to become technology savvy, and we have to introduce it at all elements of agriculture, because that's the only way that we are going to be on the cutting edge of competition.
And the Minister Samuda is encouraging young people to be part of this transformation by choosing areas of agriculture as careers.
The future of Jamaica's agriculture must rely on the wisdom of the old, but the energy of the young. They are the ones who are going to carry this process forward.
Nobody want to plant the corn. Everybody want to read the band. Who you are go blame it on when it's the next man you are depend upon? Well, you're wrong.
Farmers, let us be serious about predial larceny. It is affecting all of us. If you are aware of incidents of predial larceny, make contact with your local police station or call Crime Stop at 311. Predial larceny is everybody's business.
Listen up as Minister Delroy Chuck speaks about improvements coming to the justice system.
Fellow Jamaicans, recent developments over the past 24 hours have once again fueled a national discussion on the justice system. I assure you that this government views justice as a priority. We are even more determined to fix the ailing system with a sense of urgency. We know that there is no quick fix for the justice system. However, we have picked some low-hanging fruits which we think will go a far way in improving access to justice and making the system more effective and efficient. We have installed video link technology in 2 of our courts, at Halfway Tree and in the Supreme Court, to facilitate witnesses who cannot be physically present in the courtroom for one reason or another. Before the end of the fiscal year, installation will commence in 19 additional courtrooms. 3 mobile units are equipped to facilitate witnesses giving evidence remotely. The Ministry of Justice is far advanced in procuring another 22 mobile units before the end of the fiscal year. These mobile units will be used across the country to record the evidence of witnesses. Digital audio recording equipment has been installed in some courts. 71 additional courtrooms and 7 hearing rooms will also be outfitted. Contracts valued at more than $54 million will be signed shortly for infrastructural works at the Sutton Street Parish Court and to enhance security at the Supreme Court. The registry at the Supreme Court will also be outfitted with a modern file folder system. Other courts have benefited and in the process of benefiting from infrastructural works include Corporate Area Civil Court, Corporate Area Criminal Court, and rural courts in Black River, Balaclava, Sandy Bay, Maypen, and in Westmoreland. The preparatory work is ongoing for the implementation of a new case management system which will, among other things, digitize the records of the courts and bring about an automated system from entry into the court system until the disposition of the cases. Our citizens would also like to know that a modern automated jury management system will be piloted before the end of 2016. This system will manage electronically the selection of and payment of jurors. I urge you, my fellow citizens, to become a part of the change in the justice system. Leaders in communities across Jamaica must see themselves as a part of the solution. As Minister of Justice, I feel that I am in a race against time to transform a system that has been largely neglected for several decades. The urgent and unyielding cry for justice in this country demands a response that is immediate. We, in the Ministry of Justice and the government of Jamaica, will not let you down.
The best way you can volunteer, which I know, you can go to the infirmary. So you might be able to comb my hair, give an encouraging word, read a Bible verse or so to them. Yes, that is an easy way. And all you have to do is speak with the secretary manager of the parish council that you are willing to volunteer at the infirmary. And it's easy because we love volunteer, because you know that the workload on the caregivers, it's a lot, because the ratio to the residents is a lot. So we welcome volunteers from anywhere.
Today's show has come to an end, but information from the JIS is always at your fingertips. Visit our website, jis.gov.jm, follow us on Twitter at JIS News, or like our Facebook page. Got feedback or comments on today's show? Send us an email at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.